There is such a stigma when it comes to addiction, and that's a huge reason why many people don't seek the help they need. But our next guest really wants to clear that up. This is John Grab with a Better Today Recovery Services on how they can help you. And we've been chatting all morning, John, and the landscape of addiction has changed so much over the years. Who's suffering today?
Well, that's a really good question, because if you look at how the landscape has changed over the last 5 to 10 years, we've gone from, the young man with a hoodie hanging out at 7-Eleven, the Skid Row guy, to now, we have doctors, we have school teachers, we have mothers, grandmothers, it's our neighbors, our co-workers, it's everyone has been affected. It's such a drastic change to the landscape that it's everybody that's being affected in some way.
And there's such a stigma surrounding addiction. What are some of the most common misconceptions?
That people that suffer with a substance use disorder are bad people. That they've done something wrong, that they're bad. And I think that starts with ourselves, our family members, our social system. It's criminalized and all the rest of that stuff. It's so hard to really figure out why most people stigmatize addiction, unless you really start to look at it.
And it really starts breaking down your own family, and it's in your inner circle. I want to talk a little bit about that stigma that kind of clouds addiction, and those who are caught in the grips of addiction because of it often don't get help. They don't seek the help they need because of what people will think, because of what is perceived to be, or who is perceived to be a drug addict. Do you find that that's becoming a bigger problem now?
It's a huge problem, and it always has been a huge problem. People don't want to seek help because they're afraid of losing their job. They can't go to their boss and say, I have a drug problem, or I have an alcohol problem, in fear of losing their job. No one wants to talk about the pink elephant in the middle of the room with the big dark cloud hanging over it. No one wants to talk about it, so that stops people from seeking help. And then on the flip side of that, there's also the consuming part of addiction that says it's really not that bad. I can quit when I want to quit, and the denial and the justification, minimization, rationalization, and all those things that happen within the addicted individual in our minds and in our thought processes, all that stuff hinders us from asking for help. But more than anything is people are ashamed. It's very guilted and very shame-driven, and nobody wants to ask for help, and that's a huge problem.
And what do you do at A Better Today to kind of open that dialogue and to get people through the door?
We just want to help people. We just want to help people. So there's no agenda really. Well, there is, but there isn't. Our goal really is to help people. Whether they're a proper fit for A Better Today or not, we just want to help them. So when someone calls, they may not be an appropriate placement for A Better Today. We're going to do everything we can as an organization to make sure that they get placed somewhere. A lot of different contingencies come into play, finances, location, unable to leave the state, a lot of different stuff. We have a national marketing program, so we bring a lot of people in from out of state, but for most people, sometimes they just don't fit. Sometimes it's not an appropriate place. So we're going to do everything we can to get them placed somewhere.
So your goal here is not to, it's not about A Better Today. It's just about getting help.
Yes, it's not about promoting A Better Today, though. We're here to help people. Our goal here with Sonoran Living is to get a message out to the people that help is available and that we're here to help you. And as part of this community, we want to be there for people as a resource, no matter what it may be, whether it's treatment, whether it's help, whether it's a family issue with someone that's suffering, whatever it is, we want to be a part of the solution.
And we are committed to breaking the cycle of addiction as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. A Better Today Recovery Services, they are located at 4801 East McDowell Road, Suite 201 in Phoenix. Call 480-771-9110 for more information, or visit their website, abtrs.com.